Example number 3. X equals to 12 if x modulus 2 equals to 0 with colon, then print of x is even, else print of x is odd. So when you run it, you will get x is even. What is if-else statement? It is a two-way decision. It has two options. You're gonna go for the two options. For example, if x equals to 12, if x modulus 2 equals to 0, it means that if the remainder equals to 0, if you divide 12 by 2 and the remainder equals to 0, then print of x is even. We are going to say that x is even if the remainder equals to 0. Look, if you divide x by 2, what is x? X is 12. 12 divided by 2. If the remainder equals to 0, it means that x, which is 12, is even. Else, the second option is that x is odd. X can be odd or x can be even. So we have two ways, we have two options. One is if statement, other is the else statement. If the first condition is not satisfied, then the program will go for the second condition, which is the else condition. So we have two options. Now when you run it, you will get that x is even, because remember, 12 divided by 2, if you divide 12 by 2 and the final remainder will be 0, look, x modulus 2 means that the remainder of the x when you divide it by 2 will be 0. Just do a simple division process. Divide 12 by 2. The final remainder, I'm talking about the final remainder will be 0, which means that yes, x is even, it is not odd. So it satisfies the first condition. If the program satisfies the first condition, the program will stop at this stage. It won't jump to the second option because we have nothing to do with the second option. In case if the first condition is not satisfied, then the program will jump to the second option, which is the else statement. But since it satisfies the first condition, x is even, therefore when you run it in the Colab, you will get x is even. You will get this expression, which is under the first condition. Example number 4. X equals to 9 if x modulus 2 equals to 1, then print of x is odd, else print of x is even. When you run it, you will get x is odd. Look, it is exactly like the previous example. It is like example number 3. Here, x equals to 9. If x modulus 2 equals to 1, if the remainder, which means that if we divide 9 by 2 and the remainder equals to 1, then print that x is odd. Look at here, don't forget this colon. You just put colon here and then press the enter button. Your new line will start from here, not from the beginning, from here. Similarly, don't forget colon here. Put the colon and press enter button, your new line will start from here. So we have two options again. It is a two-way decision. It is called if-else statement. Why we call it if-else statement? Because it has if statement as well as else statement. So the program will check first the initial condition, which is if statement. If this condition is satisfied, then it will print this expression, x is odd. Look at here. If you divide 9 by 2, the final remainder will be 1. I mean, it will be any odd number. Therefore, we can say that 9 is odd. There is no doubt that 9 is odd number. So whenever you divide a number by a 2, and if the remainder comes in odd form like 1, 3, 5, 7, then that specific number will be odd number. So dividing 9 by 2 will give you the remainder equals to 1. Therefore, we can say that if this condition is true, then this expression will be printed here. So we will get x is odd. The first condition has been satisfied here. So the program will stop here. It will print only this expression. It won't jump to the second option because we don't need it. The program will only jump in case if it fails in the first condition. If the first condition is not satisfied, then the program will go for the second option, which is x is even. So, but since it satisfies the first condition, divided 9 by 2 gives you the remainder 1, therefore x is odd. So x is odd. When you run it, you will get in the final output that x is odd.